Hey guys! Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Zaire. It's been way too long since I filmed. I feel like I've been saying that in the beginning of all of my videos lately because I've hardly filmed, and when I do, it's been really long since I last uploaded, and that's the case today. Anyways, I'm doing knotless box braids on myself. I've never done box braids in my life. I've never done knotless braids. I've never done braids where I've had to add hair into the existing braid. So this will be a first, and I thought, why not take you guys on the journey with me? It kind of was an unexpected journey. I initially put my hair into twists last night as a protective style, but then the twists are looking very thin, and the way they looked, I was just like, honestly, these are like the perfect parts for knotless braids. And I have the stuff because I did buy this stuff planning on doing it eventually, but I wasn't sure when I was going to do it. But it looks like today is the day and we're doing it together. So the first thing that I got to start, I got a pack of hair. It comes with 8 packets of hair. This is the hair. I just got easy braiding hair from Amazon. I could link this hair down below if you want. I believe it was between $40 and $50. Honestly, don't remember. It wasn't expensive though, or it wasn't too expensive. I've never purchased hair, so I'm not sure how expensive it usually is or it's supposed to be, but I thought it wasn't too bad. But yeah, so it came with 8 packs. My light just died. Okay, so I'm going to scooch up because my ring light just died. I've had it for a couple of years, but I wasn't expecting that to happen. Sorry for the change in lighting. I hope it's okay. I have all of the other lights on in my house to try to make this as bright as possible. But the next thing that I got is the Neat Braid Conditioning Shining Gel Mega Hold. No wax, no grease, no alcohol, no flaking. This thing is by Pure Hair Solution product. I got this off of Amazon as well. Everything that I got is off of Amazon unless stated otherwise. And when I had my hair braided once before my entire life, like paying someone to braid my hair, she used this. So I was like, I took a picture of everything she used. I asked her if it was okay, but I took a picture of everything she used because I was like, $200 is a lot. And I didn't say this to her, but in my head I was just like, $200 is a lot to spend on hair, or the process of getting my hair done, for me at least. So I was like, I'm one that if I like something, I will try to teach myself how to do it. That way I don't have to pay someone else to do it for me, and today is the day. The next thing that I got that she used that time is the Shine and Jam Conditioning Gel Extra Hold. She used this as well. It's just clear. Both of these things don't really have a strong smell. They're like very light smelling. Both of these things also didn't irritate my scalp, which I was a bit worried about last time because last time I kept it for 2 months, I believe, and my scalp was fine. It did get itchy around the 2-month mark because it had been 2 months since I washed my hair, which is normal. I mean, not normal to wash my hair every 2 months, but it was normal that it was itchy because usually I wash my hair once a week, at least. What else? Okay, so moving on to non-Amazon things. I got 2 things off of Amazon. One, I believe you could get both off Amazon or on Amazon. But the next thing that I got is the Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Frizz-Free Curl Mousse. I got this to like seal the braids after I finish braiding them so that they last longer. She didn't use this mousse specifically, she used a different one, but I didn't really like the way that one smelled. So I was just like, I feel like this should work the same, hopefully. And then the next thing that I got that she didn't use, but I've seen people who have knotless braids use this to moisturize their hair while keeping the hairstyle for longer. So not this specifically, but like a leave-in spray. I got the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrate Plus Repair Multi-Action Leave-In Spray. I've never used this in my life. I've actually never heard any reviews or anything about it. I just saw it, smelled it, it smelled good, it looked moisturizing, so I was like, I'll give it a try. If I like it, I could add it to my normal hair care routine. If not, just use it for like slick backs and stuff like that. But I got this to spray on my hair or on the braids after doing them, to like make sure my hair itself is staying moisturized while I keep the style in. How long the style will last, I'm honestly not too sure. I'm not the best braider, and by best braider I mean I don't really know how to get my braids really tight at the root, so they're gonna start off being a bit looser than normal, but I'm just excited. I'm excited to do my hair myself. I will take my scarf down. This is me hiding what I did last night. So last night like I said, initially intended on just doing twists as a protective style with just my hair, but my hair is not looking as fluffy and juicy twist wise the way it used to before dyeing my hair, so I was like, I think my hair just needs some TLC before I can just rock twists without any added hair. So these are the twists. They're like, I've already, if you can see, I'm not sure if it's focusing, but I've parted, my hair is all parted, so it's going to be pretty easy to do the style. Oh, I practiced last night to see whether or not I wanted to do twists or box braids on my hair, and so I tried a twist. I've never had Senegalese twist. I'm not even sure if this is how you are supposed to do it, but you can clearly see where my hair ends. That's because I didn't add any hair while I was twisting, which I will do today. I just like did one piece. Like I didn't add any extra hair after I added it the first time, which is why they're so thin. So I did a twist and then I did a braid, and as you can see, my root is so puffy because I can't braid tight at the root, but I'm gonna try my best to like fix that today. But yeah, so this is how it looks. It's not too long, it hits me. Look at how thin my twists are. It's so sad. They are still a bit damp from last night, but yeah. Dyeing my hair, I think dyeing your hair, you can do it where you don't damage your hair too much, but I wasn't taking care of it the way that I think I should have for color treated hair. I was just kind of doing what I was doing to my normal hair, but to my dyed hair, which I think my dyed hair need way more TLC than I gave it during that process. I'm so excited to have braids again, or twists. It's been so long. These are so thin, but I'm gonna make them slightly thicker. But yeah, so I wanted to bring you guys on the journey with me because anytime I do anything with my hair, I always film it at this point because I just love doing it with you guys. But yeah, so the whole parting of my hair took 2 hours, but that's because in the beginning I was twisting it all the way to the bottom because I thought I was actually gonna like rock this as a style, which you can, but I don't like the way it looks because my hair is not as healthy as it used to be. But when I did this side, I just twisted the roots, if you can see, to keep the parts clear, and then I just like left the ends regular, like finger coiled them. But yeah, so I'm gonna take these two out and then I'm going to start braiding. I'll show you guys how I do it, and this is not so much a tutorial as it is just a watch me try and figure this out and see if it works, because I haven't watched any tutorials. I briefly looked on TikTok and I was like, DIY knotless box braids, but they wouldn't show a close-up of the beginning process of how they started the braids. So I just played around until I figured something out, but clearly this is not it because, like, look at my root. My root is so fluffy, and I did this last night. So I definitely have to practice, but we are gonna do this together and see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. I'm going to cut this off camera because my hair is not this long. My hair is like short right here on this braid. But yeah, so I'm gonna quickly take these out and then I'll see you in the bathroom. Okay, so the lighting is really all over the place right now. Like I said, my light died and I don't want to wait until another light comes in the mail to finish filming. Hopefully that helps. I don't know. But yeah, so the lighting, excuse the lighting. I feel like this is as good as the lighting is going to get. Hopefully this makes a difference. Is it worse? I feel like that's good. Okay. All right, we are in the bathroom. I feel like this is as good as I'm going to get the lighting. Again, sorry for the noise of the vent. I cannot turn it off when the light is on in the bathroom. But I have split my hair into 2 halves. And this is what the back looks like. I don't really know what the back looks like, so you guys know more than I do. I'm going to get these guys open and start braiding. I remember using this more so near the front of my head and this more so for just all of the braids in general. I'm starting at the bottom because it's the bottom and it's the back of my head, so I don't have to see it, other people do. So might as well start where I don't have to see my worst braids. But yeah, this is what the hair looks like out of, oh wait, that was a bad idea. Let me see. I've never worn a wig. Maybe I should never wear wigs. I don't know. But this is what the hair looks like all out and about. It's actually really fun and really tempting to play with, but I don't want to tangle it, so I have refrained. But I'm just gonna leave it hanging off of my cabinet like that. That way I could just pull from it as I'm braiding. I've taken one twist out. This twist is a bit long. Let me lower the camera because I'm not that tall and I can't step on my tippy toes all day while I'm filming this. Okay, but I'm not that short. Okay, this is okay. I think we're good. So I've already parted my hair into all the twists. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the twist and unravel them into 2 like that. I'm gonna turn and I hope it's focusing on what I'm doing so you guys can see. But I'm just gonna take some of this on my finger. Oh, this is like thick. This is really thick. I also remember her just going like this and putting it on the back of her hand like that, so that as she was braiding it she could re-dip instead of going back into the pot. So with this stuff, I'm turning to you. I'm not even going to see what I'm doing, but I'm focusing it on the root itself to try to get it tight. I can't even see where my thing is. Okay, so I'm gonna go and just really focus this at the root because, like I said, I don't know how to braid tightly, but I'm hoping this gives me some extra grip or something. Oh, I sound like gripped. Do I want to braid that? Yeah, I'm gonna braid that. It's like my long baby hair in the back of my head that's kind of like a tail. Okay, this section is honestly kind of big, so I think I'm gonna split it into 2. Remember, I didn't initially intend on braiding my hair when I was making these twists. I was just doing it as like a protective style. So I split that into 2. I go back and like try to make it as crispy as possible in a good way. Like we want it to be crispy and stiff. As you can see, that's very stiff. So now the exciting and nerve-wracking part, I'm going to add some hair. It feels like I'm pulling cotton candy whenever I do that. So I have the hair. I took a pretty small amount to start off with because I don't want it to be bulky. So I'm just going like this. I'm going like this. This is more so a watch and not describe, because I don't even know how to describe what I'm doing. I'm just doing it by feel. So I'm going to turn and let you guys watch. And hopefully I'm in frame. So I have the 2 pieces of my real hair right here. Oops, sorry. I'm going to go as close to the root as possible. Grab the fake hair like under one of my real hair. Or which way do you want to braid? Braiding. Okay. So I've started the braid. So now I'm going to grab some more of the product on the back of my hand and put it between my two fingers, and as I grab each new strand, like run it over and just keep repeating that. And you want to apply more, like you want to apply the product more so when you're braiding your real hair into the fake hair. And then once you run out of your real hair, then you can like go easier on the product. But the product is really going to help bind your hair to the fake hair so it doesn't stick out in the braids. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's working. Like, I'm in shock right now. I already know this is going to take forever, but this is so cool. And I think if you like have a good show, like a full series or something, or a couple of movies that you wanted to watch, this could be really meditative and nice. I also am utilizing this time to braid my hair so that I can procrastinate on cleaning. I've had the same pile of clothes, clean clothes, on my bed for like over a month that I've needed to hang up, but I've just not gotten around to it. Okay, so at this point, I have like this much braided. It actually feels kind of tight. So I have this much braided. I'm gonna go in and add a little bit more hair, but I don't want these braids to be too thick, so I'm not gonna add too much. And I also don't really care for them to be too long. So I'm not really going after a specific length, but more so like a specific thickness. Okay, so I have like the same amount as last time, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time with the old hair into the new hair. The same twist, and then grab product on the back of my hand and twist, like sticking up so that you guys can see what's going on. Okay, so I finished the first braid. This is how long it is. I would try to tilt the camera, but I can't. But it's like resting right above my butt. This is a close-up, if it will focus. I'd say it's like okay for a first braid. There's some like thickness here where I added some more hair that I can notice. No one should really be that close to me, paying attention to me that closely to see the thickness or the difference in thickness. Sorry, I had a show playing in the background. But yeah, for the ends, I'm just leaving them like this because I'm gonna dip them in hot water, and then I'm gonna trim all of the ends to be the same length. I've never seen anyone else do that before, but the first time I got my braids done, I did it and I really liked like the clean look of it. I don't know, I just liked it. This is what it looks like in the back. I have not seen the back. You guys have now seen the back, but I have not. Let me know how it looks. Does it look good? Should I redo it? By the time you guys let me know, it'll be way too late. But yeah, so I'm going to continue with all of these twists that I have to do. It will be a long process. I just kind of wanted to show you guys the first one and what I was doing with the ends. Nothing special, but yeah. For the braid itself, I only added hair 3 times throughout the entire braid, and the same amount each time, just to like maintain the same thickness going down the length of my hair. Like I said, I don't have length in mind in terms of how long I want them to be. This one is quite long. I wasn't expecting it to hit above my butt, but we shall see where the journey takes us. This is something that I think this is something where we both don't know what the final outcome will be. You guys will have the advantage of skipping forward if you wanted to, which please don't. Like, trust the process, come on it with me. But yeah, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. So far, so good. This one actually feels tight, which I'm shocked by. I think this really is helping me be able to grip my hair tightly at the root. So yeah, I like this a lot so far. I'm just gonna continue doing this because I have a million more to go, and I will talk to you guys next time I have something to say.
You're special and she reckless. Remember, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my bestie. My love for you is endless. Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then baby girl, you can spend it. And everything is alright. I like how you doing, alright, alright. Like how you think, alright. Always on top, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like how you do it, alright. Everything good, alright, alright. Like how you think, alright. Always on top, alright, oh yeah. I wanna know it tonight. I wanna be the one to surprise you. Wake you up in the morning. I wanna be the one that you calling. Cause I see you in the future with me. I wanna meet you. Love, best friend, and big family. I'm the storm in your dream, making wet dreams come true. She know she bad, better than bad. She a gunshot that blew my mind. No distance, I come by my side. Everything is green over here. Everything you want and think about. No, I got your back all the way. And everything is alright. I like how you doing, alright, alright. Like how you think, alright. Always on top, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like how you do it, alright. Everything good, alright, alright. Like how you think, alright. Always on top, alright, oh yeah. I wanna know it tonight. I wanna be the one to surprise you. Wake you up in the morning. I wanna be the one that you calling. Cause I see you.
Hey guys, so I just got back from taking my second or third break at this point. I don't know I honestly don't know. But this is how much of my hair I have gotten done. So a little bit more than a fourth, almost at the halfway point. My hands are so tired. My memory card is empty. I will see you guys. Okay, so I was able to clear up some memory in my memory card. These are about how long the braids are. They're still hitting me at the right above my butt. You can't see the bottom, I'm too short. But yeah, so this is what I've gotten through so far. I will say it's not that difficult once you get the hang of it and you get a rhythm going. It goes by, for me, quite slow because my fingers are really slow at braiding. But once I'm able to pick up speed, I'll be good. Other than that, I will say my braids have definitely been getting better the higher up I go. I can point out a bad braid quite easily, if you can see that bump from when I added in new hair, and then you can see another one right here in comparison to this braid, how it's smooth all the way down. But yeah, those are my parts. I don't know what it looks like because I haven't used a mirror to look at the back, which is, I don't know why I'm not looking. It doesn't make sense. I should, but I honestly don't care. Once the front looks good, I'm okay with the back looking however, because I don't have to see it. But yeah, I don't think it looks too bad based off of how it feels. It feels like I braided close to the scalp. I know I didn't braid it on my scalp because I don't have the grip for that. But yeah, I'm going to continue because I've been doing this for 4 hours at this point, and I would be happy to have this done by, I know I'm definitely not going to finish before midnight, but I am not going to sleep until I finish my entire head of hair. So yeah, I'm not going to continue recording through me braiding because it's using a lot of my memory, and honestly I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. So if anything, I'll come back to you guys when I'm at the top portion of my other half almost done, and then I can film those last few braids and then show you what I'm going to do after with dipping my hair in the hot boiling water and then foaming it and sealing it and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys an update. It is currently 1 a.m. I have pretty much half of my head done. I kind of started on the back on my right side. I just have, let me see, this much to do, and then I'm done with this half of my hair. And then I have to do this. just wanted to give you guys an update because it's been a while, but I don't really have anything to say because I'm so tired, I'm so sleepy. I am going to finish this, so the next time you guys see me will be when my entire head is done. I can't wait for that. Lucky you, it will be in like a couple of seconds, but for me it will be a couple more hours. But I'll be back to show you how I'm going to seal the hair with the hot water. So I'll see you guys in a few. Bye. Please pray for me as well because I am so exhausted. I am so tired. Like so tired. Okay, I'll see you guys. I'm checking in again. It's 2:49. I have, I think, 3 more braids on this side and then half of my head is done. I know I said I was going to do this in one sitting, but at this point I've been braiding for 12 hours. It's about to be 3 a.m. and I don't want to ruin my sleep schedule more than I already have doing this. So I'm going to go to sleep after I reach the halfway point, and then as soon as I wake up in the morning, start again. That way I can finish it off earlier in the day. My entire body is so sore from braiding for 12 hours straight. My hands are cramping up, my fingers and my fingernails, just like the hair running under my fingernails over and over, I think is a new method of torture. I understand why people charge like between $100 and $200 to braid your hair because this is a lot of work. But yeah, I'm almost done with half of my head. I will resume in the morning. I'll see you guys tomorrow. But yeah, there was no way I was going to be able to do this in one sitting. At least at the time that I started, 3 p.m., which I think is not even that late, but 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. that's a lot, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, hey guys, it's the next morning, not even morning, it's the afternoon now. So last time I saw you guys, it was, I don't even know what time it was, but I went to sleep at 6. I finished half of my hair, just put it in like this jumbo twist while I went to sleep. But I finished half of my head and I started working on this side a bit more. I almost stayed up to finish this half as well, but I was dead, like dead. My eyes started stinging, my fingers hurt so much. They hurt so much. But yeah, so I have just this section to do. Right now it's 12:18. I hope it doesn't take me too long. I'll quickly turn around so you guys can see the back. Hopefully, oh yeah, you can see the length. So this is the length of the braids. This is what the back looks like as of now, and then this is what I have to work on. So I'm going to record this portion because a lot of this that I did off camera just because it was the same thing over and over again, but we're in the final stretch, so I will record this. But yeah, let's get back into this so I can quickly finish and I could be done with this process because this took way too long. I love how it turned out, or it's turning out, because I'm not done yet, but this process has been way too long and I'm tired. Also, oh, now that I can show you the length, I clipped the ends a bit so they end right here, but after I boil the water and dip the braids in, I'll most likely trim it a little bit more because it's still a bit long. I'm gonna keep them long, but maybe not this long, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna stop procrastinating and I'm going to start this section. Fingers crossed it goes by a lot faster. We shall see what time I end. It is 12:19. Next time I speak to you guys will be on my last braid. Alright, peace. Bye. Okay, hey guys, so we're finally done. It's around 9. Let me check actually. It's 9 on the dot and we started at 12:19, so this took like 9 hours or 8.5, a little more than 8.5. This took a little more than 8.5 hours to finally finish it today. I'm going to show you guys the final result. I'm gonna like tilt my camera over some, but this is, can you see? Okay, so hopefully this is in frame, but this is what the back looks like, and then this is the front, the top. I'm personally really happy with how it turned out. Let me close the door. These are the final results. I still wanted to give you guys, this is like, my bathroom is the most difficult place to film in because the lighting is horrible and you can hear the fans vent in the background, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm going to do. So I have a pot of boiling water, or I brought it to a boil and then I took it off the fire, but with the braids I'm going to put it into 4s and then I'm going to lightly twist the bottom of the hair. That way when I dip it, it gets a wavy effect. Use these little black hair ties to tie them off. My camera doesn't have a lot of batteries, so I will see you guys in the next clip when I'm actually dipping my hair. I'm just going to repeat the same process on the other 3 sections and I'll be right back. So I'm trying to make sure this is in frame, but I twisted off the 4 sections. I'm using a pot, and if my mom knew that I was using a pot that I actually used to cook with, she would disown me, so let's do this quickly. I say that as I live alone, so it's literally my pot, but my mom would still disown me if she knew. So I'm just dipping it in, and she didn't really leave it in for too long. So I'm just dipping, and then grabbing the towel to catch the wet hair and dry it. Please be careful because the water is really, really hot. Yeah, I'm just drying it. Now I'm going to move on to the next section and dip it. I'm like on my tippy toes trying to make sure that this is in frame. This pot is kind of heavy. So just dipping the hair into the pot and then catching it with the towel and like squeezing the excess water out. I remember she did that as well. I feel like this is also going to help take out a lot of that product that I was using while braiding my hair, because although it was very helpful while braiding my hair to like make sure that I could grip my scalp or try to grip my scalp as much as possible and keep the hairs really neat, it does feel a little greasy, even though on the container it says non-greasy feeling, but hopefully this like gets some of that out of the braids so there isn't too much product build up. Yeah, so this is the hair after it's been dipped. It definitely looks different versus the non-dip side. It's like calmed down and become more compact, which I like. So now I'm going to move on to the other side and dip this section. I will say that the right side of my hair, the braids are a bit thicker and heavier, but I forgot which side of my head it is. I think it's my right side. I have like more hair on my right side than my left side. Or it's the other way around. I have more hair on my left side than my right side. So I think maybe I like overcompensated with adding the hair onto this side, but it doesn't look bad. You can't tell really. I can just feel the difference in the weight with my hair. Ooh, put something in my eye. Okay, so again, catch the hair and squeeze some of the water out as much as you can. Okay, now we're on to the last section. I can't believe we've made it to this point. I can't believe I actually was able to do it, or do these braids. There's so many times that I didn't think I was gonna make it, but we made it. If it wasn't for you guys, who knows? I think this probably would have taken me 3 or 4 days more, because it's just such a long process. But I'm glad it's done. And I plan on keeping these braids for a very long time, like a month or 2 months. I'm not too sure. I'm going to visit my friend next month, so I'm not sure if they'll still look fresh, but hopefully, because I know that taking them out is going to be quite the process. So I'm just going with the towel and squeezing out some of that extra water. I'm so happy with how they turned out. My mom used to do box braids on me all the time when I was a kid, but she never would add hair, so it was just my hair. But yeah, it's just like taking me back to when she used to do my hair like this. But obviously it didn't look like this because I was a little kid and it was just my hair, so it was a lot shorter and thinner. Yeah, now I'm just taking the little hair ties out from the ends. Just taking them out. I think if you want the curl, you're supposed to leave the twists in for longer, but I'm not really that finicky. So I'm just gonna dry it off some more. Really squeeze it out as much as you can. And now, onto the fun part. I'm undoing the twist. Let's see if it actually did anything. You can actually see a little curl at the end. I didn't want anything too major. I wanted it to be more wavy than anything, which it turned out that way, so I'm glad it worked out. Okay, let's see what's next. So this part I'm a bit nervous about because sometimes Shea Moisture can irritate, their products can irritate my scalp. I hope that's not the case with the mousse. Are you supposed to shake mousse? I don't know. So I'm gonna get the mousse. Again, this is the Shea Moisture Frizz Free Curl Mousse. First time trying it, so let's see how this goes. And when I got my hair done last time, she just put it in her hands. Oh, it smells really good. It smells just like their curl custard. Or not the curl custard, the curl cream. So I'm just putting it between my hands. And she put it on my scalp. I don't really want it that much on my scalp, but I'm just putting it all over the hair. And she put a lot on my hair, so I'm going to put a lot. When she did my hair last time, it lasted for 2 months. And maybe it was the mousse. I don't know. I'm just trying to repeat whatever she did to me, to myself. And she was a professional, and I'm definitely not a professional. This is my first time braiding hair, but so far so good. Yeah, this was so exciting. If you guys end up trying these out, let me know how it works, how it goes. If you need any moral support during the process, I just split my half of my hair in half again to get the bottom with mousse. She didn't do that, but because I have the time, I'll do it. Yeah, if you do this, let me know how it goes. Like I was saying before I got distracted from my ADHD, if you need any moral support, just comment on the video, reach out to me however you can. and I will be there for you, because if it wasn't for you guys, like I said, this would have taken me over a week most likely to do. You can't see it in the frame, but I'm just applying mousse to the ends. I don't remember doing that either, but I'm going to. It's actually smelling really good. I'm so excited. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I don't know if you can tell by the big smile on my face, but I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. I kind of had a feeling that it may be a fail because I didn't watch any tutorials before doing this, but I was just like, it should be possible. If she can do it, I can do it. I'm very much so a person where I'll pay for someone to do something for me once, but I'll watch them do it. That way I could like try to do it for myself rather than having to continue paying. And that was the case with this. With that being said though, I definitely am not saying that I will never not pay someone or never pay someone to do my hair again, because this was a lot of work, and she did it in 7 hours and it took me 2.5 days to do this. So time wise, I think it makes sense to hire someone to do it for you. But if you're in a bind and you're a college student, or you're just like not in the space to be able to spend that much money on getting your hair done, this is definitely an option. I am not in the space to pay someone $200+ to do braids, and where I live, it's not really that diverse, so there aren't any people that, or there are some people who do hair, but they charge a lot of money because it's not really that diverse. So it's kind of like slim pickings with being able to find someone that can do natural hair or do braids and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm still in complete shock that this worked out. I don't know if you understand how much I am in shock. I can't believe this actually worked out. It actually came together in the end. In terms of this mousse, I don't really know how to review mousse. I don't know how to review mousse because I don't use mousse in my curly hair routine. Again, just putting on the ends. But it smells good. I think I used mousse once in middle school to try to substitute it for gel because I didn't have gel. And I absolutely hated how it made my hair feel, so I just never used it again. But this feels soft. I remember the other one making my hair feel dry. I'm not experiencing that with this mousse. I'll do another turnaround for you guys. This is what the back looks like after the water and everything. But yeah, I'm so excited with the results and how everything turned out. Thank you for being patient and staying with me to the end. If you made it to the end of the video, we were able to do this. And like I said, if you do decide to do this, let me know down below, because while this was so much work and it took so much time and it really tested my patience, I'm really happy with the result. My memory card is telling me that I have 3 minutes. My memory card is telling me that I have 3 minutes left to film, so this is going to be a very quick outro. What I'm going to do quickly before I say bye to everyone is I'm just going to use the Shea Moisture Hydrate and Repair Multi-Action Leave-In Conditioner, and I'm just going to spray this on the braids closer to the top where my actual hair is, because the fake hair does not need to be moisturized, I don't think. Let me know if it does. But oh, this stuff smells really good. Okay, so I'm just spraying this throughout my hair. It's really late at night, so I know this is gonna take a while to dry, but I do have assignments that I have to work on. Speaking of assignments, I have one due in 2 hours that I thought I would have had way more time to be able to complete and work on, but the hair took way longer than I expected or intended. But yeah. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to see my hair. I mean, I love seeing my hair. I don't want to touch my hair or have to do my hair for a very long time, so that's it. This is the end of the video. Like I said again, thank you so much for staying tuned to the end and coming on this process with me, because it was very stressful. I don't know what to do with the hair. It's been so long since I've had braids. I'm just gonna keep it pushed back. But yeah, I'm planning on making videos every week. That's the goal, to upload one video a week. But yeah, it was so nice seeing you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment something down below. I respond to all my comments. I love talking with you all. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.